Sekolah ini didirikan oleh tokoh NU dan pendiri NU, Bapak R.H. Suwardiono, BA. Berawal memang dari murid yang sedikit dan dalam kondisi sekolah yang masih menumpang di Kecamatan Playen, kemudian bisa membeli tanah di sini, Jatisari, kemudian didirikan gedung yang seperti sekarang ini.
Pembangunan PLAYEN Senior High School is located in a village. It's in Jatisari, PLAYEN Gunungkidul, Yogyakarta. It's located in mountainous area. It's about 40 kilometers from the heart of Yogyakarta. And most of the citizens here are the farmer, so they live from the agricultural sector. And they still have different way of thinking about education, so it's very difficult for us to expect more from the academic aspect since that condition. The facilities in my school are so limited, so we only have about 3 classrooms in that school with a very simple condition, of course. And we also still have several buildings, but right now cannot be used optimally due to the bad condition. So it will be very dangerous for the students if we use that building, of course. So we just explore maximally at the front side of that school. And we also have simple teacher rooms too, so that in that narrow space we can interact each other in that place. And no language laboratory, no computer laboratories, no science laboratory in that school. But above all, we try to do better with that limited conditions. And we only have one library with a very limited number of books too inside of that building. Some of them are already old books, but actually the issue are already different right now, but they still keep the old books over there, and we try to explore much that by using that old books in that library. And also about the lavatory, the lavatory is in a very poor condition. I think we only have 2, but it should be shared with the other schools, and the teacher and the student use the similar lavatory for that. There are about 18 teachers in my school, and they come to the school with different motivation, of course. Several of them want to earn money, several of them also wants to purely teach the students, and they also come from different backgrounds. And with that different condition, of course, will make the atmosphere also will be very varied in that school. But above all, to face the students, of course, we try to make different efforts so that the students will get better learning experience in that school. We do hand in hand and try to provide best learning experience for the students. As we know, the students' background also very unique in that school. We can see that different social class also can meet in that school. There are some students who come from the high society come to that school, but they had problem with their study, and there are also some students who come from a very low or middle to low society. It means in social economic they have a very difficult condition in that their parents are farmer, and even just to pay the tuition fee they have to do that in debt, so they just pay that whenever they want to graduate from that school. So it's very hard actually to conduct normal learning situation in that school because of different and difficult aspect condition in that school. Sometimes we also have to fight with the mindset. Most of the students are problematic students. It's very hard to understand what kind of self-expression they want to do. They are really fond of racing, but it's illegal racing. Quite often they did that. They bet in doing so. They try to ride that motorcycle and then try to race, and then they bet that they want to earn money from that game actually. And when it is done illegally in a it's interrupting, actually interrupting the society who live near that locations. They did that in a public street, something like that. And also it's very dangerous for their life, because they did that without safety standard, of course, because they just did that illegally. They also got trouble with the police, with the society around them, but there seems that really enjoy that. Perhaps that's the way to show their existence, or their expressions of their self, like that. And they also belong to several communities, such as music communities, such punk or something like that, but actually metal or what is that, but they don't know actually why do they have to join that group. So perhaps some of their friends just invite them to join that group, and they just go that, they just follow that, they just join that, just like what their friends do, without clear reasons why do they choose that kind of community. Even some of my students also have tattoo in their body. They have piercing here with it's so unusual, of course, for the appearance of the students. We do not really understand actually what do they want. Perhaps they just need their attentions. And some of the students also had to go to work due to the family reason. So the problem is that when they already enjoy, it will of course disturb the study, because they will spend much of their time at work rather than to study at school. Of course, they just put study in the second option for daily activities. Actually, there are about 20 students in every class in my school, but every day only few students who come to that class. So they come that intern, or I mean on Monday only 4 students come, and then on Tuesday the other students come to that class. On Wednesday the different students again come to that class. So it's very difficult to control whether they want to study, and even to continue our study it's very hard, because we just repeat that from the first time, because of the what is that the shifted student, I must say like that, because they do not come together in that class at once, they come that in a different time. And the other problem is that learning activity cannot be done optimally. Do I have to say so? The student usually escape, so they just go to the school canteen. Even there are some of the students who come to the school, but they do not join the lesson. They just stay in the canteen, they just drink some water over there, smoke, and to have a small chat with their friends over there. So no study, no learning activity happens in the class. And the other is that they also have a very less respect to the teachers, even to their parents. Some parents already give up to handle the student. They are very difficult to control. They kind of rebellious kids. They are very hard to be managed, and they always want to be free. Freedom is above anything for them. And the other is that it's the problem that happen in that school, because students make a group based on their own interests. So those who come from certain village, they make a group. Those who really like music, they make a group. And those who really wants to go outside together to have weird activity at night, they make a group. And they do not know each other. It's very bad condition actually in that school. They never come to class together and try to know or recognize their friend better in that class. Okay, right now I'm going to tell you about the idea of this project-based learning. First of all, we come to this idea is not for the lofty goal or lofty expectation actually. First of all, we just want to motivate our students to come to our class so that they can make a very good collaboration and cooperation in this class activity. Because previously they do not know each other and they cannot maintain such a good relationship between their friends. Above all, when the emerge of the issue of tourism in Gunungkidul Regency, we try to catch this opportunity, because it's the real world problem actually that the tourism in Gunungkidul Regency right now become booming. Even it's become ultimate topic that publicly spoken for all of people, even in the world. So that's why we try to provide meaningful learning activity for our students so that they can catch such kind of opportunity. So in this case, they act as travel agents or even as the government so that they can promote the tourism object in Gunungkidul Regency. And then first of all, we try to make the students work in a group. So we try to equip them well with 21st century skills such as collaboration, knowledge constructions, real-world problem and innovation, and then use of ICT, skilled communication, and also self-regulation. At the first time, we just try to give a direct orientation about what we are going to do, and then we just try to invite some inquiry or some question from them, and to make sure whether they know actually what they have to do or not. And then we just let them to do their own plan and then to execute that in the field. And in terms of collaborations, the students have to work in group of 3. They have to perform their tasks well, such as the role distribution, and then also their ultimate goal in their group. They know that how to achieve that, how to make plan, and then how to execute that, how to design the product, what kind of product they are going to make, and how to make that. So that covers that the group discussion or group work is really ultimate in this case. And then for knowledge construction, the students try to generate their idea. In this case, they try to find information from many sources. First of all, they are given driving question, but they have to make some follow-up for the driving question given. They try to find information from many kinds of sources. They browse the internet, even they go directly to the field, they go to the tourism object and conduct some observation and also interview with the real business doer over there, with the visitor, and also go to the government. In this case, they just want to know what kind of government policy about the tourism object. And after that, they try to analyze the data, synthesize that, and try to evaluate which one should be the most valid source of information to be used in that project. And then for the real-world problem innovation, as I have stated before, that we can say this as real world since tourism is closely related to Gunungkidul right now. Tourism become the only way of the society here to survive in their real life, because we can expect more from this sector. And the school, we try to provide them some learning activities so that in the real life later, when they graduate from the school, they can get more opportunity, more experience in conducting travel agents, so that they can use that for a living, to earn money for their family. And for the innovation, yes, this project bring benefits other than students. This project also bring benefits for the real audience, that is the visitor who wants to go to Gunungkidul Regency. And also in this case, we try to confirm our projects to the government, the tourism and culture department, and we also have some feedback from them, and we try to fulfill their expectation. What should a good promotion be? We try to listen that, we try to get that feedback and revise our product. From the ICT use point, of course, the student here experience the use of technology. They use several programs from Microsoft, such as PowerPoint, Photostory, Publisher, and also AutoClass for the photo editing. They also use the power of the social network here in requiring the knowledge. They try to put a kind of statement on their account and then try to invite opinion from many sources from the public, for the people they have known before, so that they can get that input from the other sources. Even it doesn't limit from the time and also the distance. So this is why I said that ICT is required. So it really helps the student to build their knowledge, to construct the knowledge, and also to communicate with each other. And the next, they can also use the power of internet too to find the information and also to explore the data they get from the field. And then for the skill communication, the student present their work. In this case, they learn how to communicate their work to the real audience, and using multimodal, of course. They can make a visual presentation and also audio visual presentation for their product. And in terms of self-regulation, the students here are free to conduct their work. It means the role of the teacher is what is that? It's not dominant here. That's the students who determine all the project they are going to do. They make plan, they make schedule, they make role distribution, task distribution, and execute that behind their own decision. And they keep note for the project they have done and each progress they made. And they always discuss together and which one we should be make revision or not, which one should be used or not. It's really depend on them. And that's it. They really can explore themselves, they can work well, and they can result the product that is very worth to do, worth to see like that. Okay, so that's all I can say about this project. Thank you.